So we still haven't seen sea trials for these domestically made submarines. I want to first ask you, how important is this kind of capability given Taiwan's situation?
I think that this is a relatively sensible way for Taiwan to spend some of its defense dollars in the sense that submarines, as long as they can get underway and get out to sea at the beginning of a crisis, they are a survivable platform in a way that a lot of other things that are on Taiwan are not survivable, given the scale of the threat from the PLA strike forces. If those submarines are at sea and they can hide, they can if they need to rearm and refuel, they can do it in other places. They're certainly far more survivable than air bases or surface ships that are going to be very vulnerable to destruction given the scale of the threat from the PLA and in particular the PLA rocket force.
Now, let's say that Taiwan does manage to produce 8 submarines and have them in the Navy. What kind of operations or missions would they be conducting?
So if you look at the different mission sets that submarines can diesel submarines like that can engage on, the ones that are the most important are probably anti-surface warfare, so sinking surface ships. Also ISR, so intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, the ability to be able to observe what somebody else is doing without them necessarily knowing that somebody's observing them. That's a submarine mission that's been going on since so. And certainly when we look at the idea of a Chinese blockade of Taiwan. So something where Chinese surface ships and submarines are off of Taiwan's ports, preventing access by for resupply. Submarines are the perfect system to go out there and literally break some of those ships in half, and add a lot more risk to what's involved with attempting to isolate Taiwan by blocking its ports.
These systems are extremely expensive and quite a big investment. Is there anything else from the naval side that Taiwan should be investing in?
The kind of things that I have recommended in testimony before to the U.S. Senate and to the U.S. China Commission are that I think Taiwan should be investing in systems that are survivable, that are distributed on a day-to-day basis, that don't require fixed facilities to operate on a sustained basis, and that are they're going to survive day one of a war. Submarines are and also that are going to be good at that'll be useful for trying to stop an invasion. So anti-surface capabilities. I think the submarines that they're looking at meet all four of those requirements. There are other things I would also be working on. I'd be working on smart mines, and I would have them deployed now in peacetime because one thing I think people should understand, like I understand Taiwan's investing in mine laying ships and whatnot. If China has made the decision to invade Taiwan, they're not going to watch Taiwan lay the minefields to stop them. I think it's very unlikely. So minefields are great, but lay them now. Lots of coastal defense cruise missiles, like the Harpoon missiles they're buying from the United States. That's great. They're on trucks. They're distributed. They're dispersed. They should be relatively survivable. Those are the kinds of things I would be investing more of.